So you've been using Notion databases for quite some time now, and you might have already thought to yourself, is there a way to connect multiple databases together? And this is exactly what we're going to cover in this video, because we'll talk about relations and rollups in Notion databases. To explain how this works, I've set up an example here with two databases. These are both inline databases. We have one for projects and we also have one for tasks. And obviously projects usually consist of tasks. So that's what we want to do in this video. We want to create a relation between these projects and their related tasks. So to do that, we can add a new property into our tasks database. And this is going to be a relation property. So this is part of the advanced properties. So let's choose that. And now we have to choose the database that we want to relate it to. So in our case, it's going to be projects. And now you see this property appears right here. Now we'll rename this as well. So we'll say project, because every task will have one project. And you also might have noticed how this new property appeared up here as well, because obviously this is a relation. So it has to be kind of shown on both sides. And so we can also rename this at the top, and this will be called tasks, because this is where our tasks will go. Now, to form these relations between the projects and the tasks, we can just go into this column and we'll see this menu pop up that will actually show us all the projects, because now we are seeing basically what's up here, and we can basically decide, okay, this entry in our tasks database, which of these projects is it related to? So the design mockups tasks might be related to the running a Facebook advertising campaign project. So let's click that. And you see how now it appears in here. So now we have this project relation in here. And also up at the top in our project database, we see that this task now is part of the tasks column here. Now we can do this for all the other tasks as well. So the Facebook ads account might be part of this project as well. So we can also have multiple tasks related to one project. You see this up here. So now we actually have these two tasks in here. The ad clips might be part of this as well. Website hosting might be part of the website launch, and the newsletter tool might be part of the monthly newsletter. So now we've created these relations. Let's actually make this a bit bigger again. So now we can actually see which of these projects are related to which tasks, and which of these tasks are related to which project. And so whenever you're in the tasks database, you always know which project you're basically working on, while when you're in the projects database, you always know which of the tasks you still have to do to complete the project. Now let's talk about rollups. And rollups basically build on top of these relations to get data from the table that you're related to and to display that inside of your own table, basically. So let me show you how this works. So you see that in our tasks database, we actually have this estimated time as part of our tasks. So every task has a time associated with it. And we want to now know how long these different projects will actually take based on these time estimates that we have down there. To do that, let's create a new property in our projects database. And we'll call that estimated time. So basically the same as down below. That's not important, but it just makes sense because it's the same thing basically. And now let's choose rollup. And now you see that we get this little configure rollup button here. So let's click on that. And first we have to choose the relation that we want to add this rollup to basically. So this is the relation that we already have, which is this tasks relation. And now we can basically choose which property we want to roll up, basically. So in our case, it's going to be the estimated time property. So this one. And what we want to do is we want to calculate the sum. And now what happens is it basically adds up the time for all of the tasks for each of these projects. So for the website launch, we only have this one task. So we only have the set up the website hosting task. And if you look down here, we said that this will take us 5 hours. Now for the advertising campaign, we have these 3 tasks. And if you look down there, these 3 tasks combined, if you do the math, actually add up to 39 hours. So it basically added all those tasks up together, and now we actually know how much this project or how long this project will approximately take in total based on this relation. Another great way to use this would be to have a kind of progress tracker. So let's add another property here, and let's say progress. Let's call this progress. And again, choose a rollup. Now let's go into the settings again. And this time choose the same relation, but we want to choose a different property. So in this time we want to choose the finish property, and we actually want to show the percent checked. So we want to see how many of the tasks have been actually checked to calculate a percentage of the completion rate basically of our project. So you see the website hosting task that has actually been checked off. So here we have a 100% completion rate because that was the only task. But in this case, in the advertising campaign example, we actually have 3 tasks, and of those 3 tasks, only 2 were finished yet. So we have a completion rate of 2/3 basically. And if I add a new task in here, so let's say design homepage, for example, and let's just add in the time, let's say 3 hours, and let's say not checked, and let's basically relate this to the website launch. You see how this updates from 100% to 50% because now we have a new task in here that hasn't been finished, and therefore we still have more work to do in our project. So relations and rollups are insanely helpful tools in your Notion databases, especially if you have a lot of data and you want to create relations between multiple databases that you have in your workspace. So it's something you should definitely learn about and definitely check out. Try to build this on your own, try to set this up and maybe add some other properties to get learning and to explore how this works for you.